Hi guys, I'm Jake, and I just spent 6 months making my very first video game, Tavern Timer, a place I could pour all my love for gaming, art, animals, all while building a game space and tool set that I'd used and craved myself for structuring my own work sessions, all while making sure the game stayed simple and doable. So in this video, I wanted to share that journey with you all and talk about how I came up with the game concept, finding inspiration in cozy gaming spaces, making the actual game, how life got really hard in the middle, and what that taught me. So the concept. I work as a freelance architect and urban planner, mostly small house projects, a lot of street design work, making spaces more walkable, safer for pedestrians, stuff like that. But honestly, it's been a long road and I've really burnt myself out on architecture. It started feeling really soulless, honestly. I found myself drawn to something else entirely, game development. It felt like a way to get back to what I loved doing as a kid. Painting, creating, imagining worlds, without the business grindy side, taking things over and sucking my soul completely dry. So when I work from home, I like to put on Animal Crossing cafe videos for hours. Having cute coworkers and a beautiful virtual background really helps me get through tasks and feel less isolated while working alone at home. One day a friend of mine told me about a productivity app called Focus Friends where a bean knits as you work to a timer, and I thought, what if I could combine these things? An animated background, productivity tools, cozy space that actually makes you want to work. What a great, and I thought, simple first game to try. And so Tavern Timer, roughly, was born. 2. Inspiration. Inspiration number 2. Alright, let's talk about inspiration. I pulled inspiration from my favorite game spaces. Animal Crossing's coffee shop, The Roost, the peaceful virtual cafe, Stardew Valley's saloon, that social hub in town where the whole community gathers. Even old games like Elder Scrolls Oblivion and World of Warcraft and their cozy medieval fantasy taverns. They all had something in common. They felt alive, warm, and safe. But more than games, I was thinking about my own experiences. I've done dog fostering and wildlife rehab for years, working with different animals. So I thought, what if my tavern isn't just any tavern? What if it's run by animals? Different species, different personalities. And so when it comes to the creativity of the tavern, it's not just about the decorating. You're watching these animal keepers and customers live their little lives while you focus on your actual work. There's something comforting about that. Seeing who they meet for coffee, who they get together with for book club, or gossiping, and making up cute background stories about them in your head. I could watch them for hours, letting their interactions spark my imagination. Making the game. Making the game was a process. The art side was always easy and more natural for me. I've been painting since I was a kid. Pixel art felt like a natural digital progression. Every keeper, every decoration, every little animation, I hand drew all of it. That was the fun part, although tedious at times because, I made over 200 decorations and all the animations for 25 characters. It got a little repetitive, but there was creativity and I could take breaks and make things different. I did have a really nice time with that part. Programming, now that was watching a lot of YouTube tutorials, YouTube graduation, or what did they say, YouTube University. I kept it simple, really simple. If I couldn't figure out something in a day, I'd find a different way to approach it. That taught me a lot about problem solving and actually completing features I had planned for the game. The mindset that got me through this part was that if I couldn't complete a feature, I would rework it, and if I couldn't rework it, I would cut it. This kept the ball rolling and kept me grounded in this unfamiliar territory. Some of the main features I programmed were custom timers, Pomodoro mode, where you can have different task-timed sessions, such as work, break, etc., to-do lists, music playlists, 4 weather modes. Each one took time, but I couldn't let anything get overcomplicated. That was intentional. It kept the game completable, it kept the progress moving, and I kept working. But then the hard part came. And it had to do with this lady here. Life. I had 3 really productive winter months. I was off from my seasonal wildlife job. We had a really chill foster dog. It was indoor weather. The game was honestly flying together. I was in the zone. It was all just clicking. Then spring came, and we found 2 lumps on my mama cat, the tabby keeper you can see in game. For the past 3 months, we've been doing non-stop vet visits, tests, lots of not knowing. It turned out to be mammary cancer, and the game flew to the backseat in my priority list. There was so much waiting between the tests and worrying about pre- and post-operation stuff that my mental health honestly took a bit of a dive. Over the winter, I found myself being in one of the most productive states in my life, and then all of a sudden I felt like I was in a ship without a rudder in a huge, unfamiliar, scary ocean. It was unreal taking my cute, loving little cat to oncologist. But things are finally looking up. It seems like we caught it in time. She got a huge surgery, removing all her mammary glands, recovered great, and is just starting chemo. We're pretty hopeful. I really had to make space for myself during this time. Here I had this almost completed achievement in my first game, and a headspace that couldn't go back to where it had been. But I was happy with what I'd done and came up with a plan. Get my friends to test what I'd made, polish and bug fix anything that needed it, and push the rest of my game list from a to finish before release to a add in a later update, potentially. And then I was able to finish it. I got through a lot and Tavern Timer was complete. I'll be honest, the last several weeks working on it felt a lot more disconnected than those first months. Stuff had changed, but I'm still really proud of myself, the lessons I learned, and I'm excited to see how Tavern Timer grows. Tavern Timer is now live on Steam. Is it a massive indie game success? Not yet, but it's real, it's finished, and a few people are playing it. A few of my friends have told me the nicest stories about them playing it and helping them get through their own work and life challenges. I hope it can do that for more and more people, but even if it's just for these few friends, that's okay. I officially have my first feet on the game dev path, and we're moving forward, taking more steps. It's exciting. So if you made it this far in the video, which thank you if you did, I have a favor to ask. If you do play Tavern Timer, send me photos of your tavern. Show me what you build, how you decorate, what themes you come up with, your favorite keeper to use, favorite decorations. Post them on Discord, Reddit, message me, or email them to me, whatever. It's a huge, huge inspiration for me to see and helps keep me going, helps the creativity juices flowing. For now, I'm just enjoying summer with my cat, some time with wildlife, family, and already thinking about what's next. Hint, goblins in a magical sewer. And for now, there's Tavern Timer. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all get to do some fun stuff this summer.